Alright guys, welcome back to the show. For those of you who are new, my name is Paul, and today we're going to go through preparing our columns, which will include notching them for our trusses, creating a template to mark all of our columns the same for our girt locations, and squaring up our walls, installing headers. So appreciate you guys watching, so let's get to it. Step one, we're out here at the 60 by 80. We poured these footings last week, and step one is I want to locate my highest footing. So I'm going to do that. Once I find the highest one, I'm going to zero my laser out on that, and then I'll go around and mark all of the other footings, how much I need to add to my post. Alright, so that's my zero. Alright, so I've located my highest one, which is over here, so I'll mark that at 0, and then I'll go around to all these other ones and write on the bracket how much I need to add to the post, because since I found the highest one, every other one is lower, which means I'm going to have to add some kind of dimension to the length of that post to bring it up, if that makes sense. So I find that's the easiest for me. Zero out the highest one, and then I know all the other ones are going to be plus, you know, 1/4 inch, plus 3/8, plus whatever. Plus 5/16. Plus 3/4. Understand, this is the grade board from here. They're usually 11 1/4, just plain and safe. So we have 2 inches of insulation that'll sit over the top of the concrete footing, and then 5-inch concrete, so that brings us up to 7. So that's our finished floor, and that is where your bottom trim starts. Your bottom trim is 1 inch. Your wainscot starts from there, which is 36 inches. That would be the center, so you have plenty of room for your trim on the bottom and your trim on the top. Does that make sense? So now that we got that, let's that's going to be grade right there. I want to see where 14 foot lands. Actually, let's mark some of these out first. Hold it right at the bottom there. We're just gonna go right here, Jake. We're just gonna go 2 foot on center there. 4, which that gets us about, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. So now I'll hold it on that bottom of that trim, the trim mark. Okay. mark your bottom. Put 5.5 or 0, and then mark 5.5. Mark that. That way there's no confusion between us when we're doing this. Now, hold it on the bottom trim. I'm going to mark 14 because that's where the truss is going to, the bottom of the truss is going to be. This is 14 right there. Truss. All right. So now we'll just go move this whole pile, and that way we don't have to carry these, and we'll start marking them and one at a time and laying them out. Got it.
Good.
Good. Lined up.
Yeah, really good.
Try to get them pretty close.
Okay.
So we'll pull this. First thing we do is pull this line. Kind of that's going to be lined up at the edges, and if we do that all the way across, that pretty much lines everything else up.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then just kind of level this up a little. And kind of hide up. Alright. Try to make it kind of square. We'll probably have to move these again. Right side. One more. And then crown is it? I always put the crown up.
Up, okay.
And they'll meet in the middle of the post. So we'll just kind of get them. I mean, we're going to have 3.
Yeah.
We're starting to lay out this wall, so we got all our columns cut, notched, marked. We got our first section. We just have 2x6s roughly laying out there. Now we got to square all of these columns. So when we poured the concrete, I have these lines in the concrete, and we have one garage door opening, and I want to set those brackets for that garage door opening. So I'm going to measure off here because I know it's 40 foot to one opening and 56 to the other. So we're going to measure from here, get those marked, get them put in, and then we'll start squaring up these columns. Hold that at 1.5 inches right in the center of that line.
Okay.
I'm going to go mark our garage door opening, and then we'll put those brackets in. You good? Good? I actually want this door opening to be about just slightly under 16. So I'll cover that line. Go like that.
Yep.
Perfect, about 1/4 inch. That's what I want. Ran this baby close here. Tighten it a little more because we're going to use it to square. There you go. Good. Perfect. Now, I know that this column and this column match those two columns. So when we go to dry set those, we're going to measure off the end and match them exactly. It's kind of like a drive-in, drive-out bay there for them. So we'll get these kind of fastened with a screw. Let's just set it right there.
Okay.
And screw it in. No, we'll review the other one. We'll just line all the lines up with the back edge. There you go. Alright, so now we have (203/8 inches), and then we will go from, just hook it on that bracket, on the back side of the bracket. We'll square it up to 175. 22, 2, and 1/16. You're gonna hold it right at that point.
Okay.
The corner of the tape. Kind of like that, like that. and then I'll measure up the same side of the tape.
What's up, man? How are you?
Good. What did I say it was?
Right there, right? 22.
22. 2 and a 16th. Okay, now go to that one. All right, now where the truss is gonna get set. Yeah, 3/8, 203/8. So we're right on the money. Now what we need to do is lock this top in place. So let's get a 16-foot board. And then put it on the post and just see what it lines up at the top.
Good.
Here?
Yeah.
Good. And the riding is upright. That wouldn't drive you crazy?
Not on that. It's gonna be covered with metal, huh?
I know, but like until then, if I had to look at that riding upside down, I forgot how awesome this thing was. Alright guys, we have that whole backside all framed up, ready to go. We're going to lift it in several pieces, and I'll explain that to you, how we decide what we're going to lift and what we're not going to lift when we get to that point. But the opposite side has 3 16-foot garage doors, which can be problematic. So we're going to have stub columns above some. So the way I'm choosing to start this out is I know this column right here is lined up with that column straight across. So I took a measurement from my corner to this column, and I'm going to match that over here, and that way I'll start with this column, square this garage door bay up, frame it up, and then I will build both ways off of this. That way I can stay square, and I know that my truss is going to be in perfect alignment with the other side. So that's how we're going to do this. Now that we got those marked out, we can drill our holes, put these in, square this door opening, and then work off of that. Because I know this post is going to line up with that one, and that one is going to line up with that. Alright, thanks for watching. The next show is going to include raising these walls, how we fasten them down, how we plumb them up, and then how we build our end wall to go up in between these. So as always, we appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button and we'll catch you on the next video.